Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going effortless, barely there skin. I have teamed up with Rodial today to show you guys a whole easy minimalist skin-based complexion routine where like 90% of this is skincare. I think I honestly used what? 3 makeup products and that's it. We are really focusing on perfecting the skin today. In addition, I do have a discount code which I will put on the screen right now with skinstore.com where you can get all of these Rodial products and much, much more. Now, it does not include everything on the site, but it will feature all of the Rodial I used today, plus a whole lot more on the website. It is a commission code, but obviously you guys know I would not talk about a product that I didn't enjoy, and I'm very happy with how everything turned out today, so obviously the products are a win for me. So if this is a routine you want to see and you want to go into Skinimalism, minimalist skin where you can just really let your skin breathe, make sure to keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe because I upload every other day, and that'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to see how we got this effortless, easy, like perfect for whether you're sitting on the couch or sitting on Zoom and having an entire meeting just like this, stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make sure that we are focusing on the 3 main areas of our face to make sure we look and feel perfected, and that is going to be eyes, skin, and lips. If those 3 look good, you look good, period. So I'm going to work a little bit out of order to make sure everything comes together at the end. So I'm going to start with the Dragon's Blood Jelly Eye Patches from Rodial. These are super hydrating and nourishing. They're individually wrapped. So I did already wash and cleanse my face. So now we're just going to grab the eye masks and pop those on. All right, so it does say to leave these on for 20 to 30 minutes. So while these are on, I'm going to move on to my lips, get those completely prepped and ready to go, and then we'll come back to finish up the face and eyes. But starting with something to depuff the under eye area is the easiest way to have this look smooth. It's going to help with deep pigmentation because of the vitamin C in here. It's going to help to brighten up that area. The coolingness is going to help with a little bit of that puffiness, and then it's just going to be super hydrating so that it doesn't look flaky or cracky. Okay, while those are on, we're going to jump into lips. Now, I'm going to be using a collection from Fresh. This was sent to me, but this is not sponsored at all. These are all going to be the Fresh Lip Care line. So I'm going to be using a sugar scrub, a balm, a serum, and a tint all together. So I'm going to start with the lip scrub. I'm going to take a tiny bit of this on my fingers and just exfoliate my lips. Now my lips feel super soft, super smooth, and nice and prepped so that there's not going to be any cracks or creases anywhere. So we can move on to the next lip product. This is going to be the Sugar Advanced Therapy Triple Action Lip Serum. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, a very small amount, and apply it right to my lips. Once I feel that that's absorbed in, I'm going to go into the Rose Petal Soft Lip Cream. This is a little balm in a jar. I'm going to take a little bit on the surface of my finger and apply this all over the lips. And I feel like my lips feel so much better already, and I haven't even added the color yet. So I'm going to let this sink in a bit before I go in with the Sugar Rosé Lip Treatment and SPF 15, which is really just a lightweight tinted lip balm with just a little bit of a rosy color, but I am going to wait for the balm to sink in a little bit more before I apply this. All right, now that it has been a sufficient amount of time, I'm going to remove the eye patches and move on to the next product. All right, jumping back into the Rodial products, this is the Vit-C Brightening Tonic, which is going to be more of like a skin smoothing toner, but this is also going to really help to perfect the skin. I am taking that on a reusable cotton round, and I'm just going to use this to tone the face. The vitamin C will help to lighten, brighten, and tighten the skin, which is basically what vitamin C does, while it helps to refine the size and appearance of my pores. I am going to put a discount code up on the screen. You can use that to get 25% off of your skinstore.com purchase. Now that includes all of the Rodial products I'm featuring today, as well as a whole lot of other products. It doesn't apply to everything on the site, but it will at least cover all of the Rodial products I'm using today. All right, next up, this is the Collagen Drops 30% Collagen Complex. This is going to be an anti-aging serum. So I'm going to take a few drops on my fingers, and I'm going to press this around the skin. Now, this is not an oil texture or an oil consistency. It definitely feels more water-based, but it is super hydrating. But notice the instant glow that I get to the skin. I do want to remind you my skin is very sensitive, so the second I touch it, it turns red. But as you guys are clearly already seeing, as I kind of let everything sink in, it does tend to calm down and it won't be nearly as red as it was. I just have to give it like a minute to really calm down. And as soon as that is set into the skin, I'm going to go into the Instant Glow Primer. Now this is a like blurring and smoothing primer that is majorly designed to help to smooth out the pores and have everything look perfected, but it's also going to offer a little bit of a glow. So you are going to have that lit from within, very like no makeup needed kind of look. So I'm going to take that on the fingertips and I'm going to apply that all over. Now, so far everything we've used has been skincare, not cosmetics, which is actually kind of the purpose of this. I'm basically doing a skincare routine with you that is also perfecting my skin, and lips and eyes and all the works. But like the closest thing we've done to something that I would consider a makeup product is the primer. However, this has so many skincare ingredients packed into it. It's going to help the skin to retain moisture. It's also going to have these light diffusing particles to really help perfect the skin, and it's helping to treat the pores, not just cover them. Now I'm going to jump into one of only 2 makeup products that I'm going to be using. This is from Beauty For Real. It is the MVP Perfect and Protect Tinted Moisturizer. This is an SPF 25 and a tinted moisturizer and a primer in one. Like, it's like 9 different things together. So I will be using this today just because if I am going in with a little bit of coverage, I want something that also is treating the skin, similar to the products from Rodial. This has so many great skincare benefits built in. And normally when I'm going for more of like a full-on glam face, I'll go in with quite a bit of this. Today I'm going in with such a small amount. So just grabbing my wet sponge, I'm just going to shear this out. I really want to take that coverage and shear it out quite a bit. This is not meant to cover up the skin. I mean, it can be. This does get pretty buildable to a medium or even full coverage. But for me today, I'm just using it to perfect. Now, if you find you need a little bit of concealer, you can go right into the cap and take the full coverage concealer that's built in. I'm going to take a tiny bit on the tip of the sponge, and I'm going to just press lightly on the very innermost area of the inner corner, and then just blend it out. I want such a small amount. I'm really just looking for the eyes to look perfected and awakened. I don't want this to look like we are caking on makeup because that is not the vibe we're going for today. Now you'll notice I went lightweight enough that the redness in my cheeks is still showing through. If you want to build up the coverage a little bit more just to hide that, you totally can. But for me, that's not really necessary because again, I want this to look like my skin. I intentionally didn't shave today because I want this to look everyday and perfected. I don't want it to look super made up. Jumping into the last of the Rodial products, this is the Banana Lowlighter Lit From Within Complexion Enhancer. Now this is like a illuminator highlighter, kind of like 3-in-1. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to dot it a little bit on the under eye. Notice I'm not up in the under eye, I'm really more on the cheeks because this is something that I'm going to be using just in the areas I want to add a little bit of glow. So it's going to be kind of more like a super sheer highlighter than it is a concealer. And you'll notice once I blend it out, it really just pulls forward that area. See, not really concealery. And you see how it just brightened a little bit? I am going to blend it a bit more. The way that they recommend using this product is you layer down your complexion items first, and then you add a small amount of this on top just to diffuse the light and enhance what's there without going overboard. Because I'm a little more on the oily side and I don't want to be like super glowy because I'll get oily, I'm going to take a little bit of a pressed setting powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. And I'm just going to pat that down over pretty much the whole face. But I'm not using a loose powder. I'm using a pressed powder because it is going to be that much softer and it'll make sure I get that much less product. And we are almost done, and it still doesn't look like we have a lot on. It really just looks like our skin, but better. What I am going to do is I'm just going to add the lip color, which I did already mention. It is the Fresh Rosé Lip Balm. Now, I'm not taking a lot. But notice how it is a Your Lips But Better color. It is such a neutral that it just adds the right amount of like glossy shine and hydration and of course sun protection without it looking like I put on lipstick. And the last two things I'm going to do are first, I'm going to curl my lashes. Now, if you wanted to pair this with a simple eye look by throwing a little bit of bronzer in your crease, you could, but you absolutely don't have to. You can also throw on a little bit of mascara. But I find on these days where I'm doing this like barely there, no makeup, I will just curl my lashes and call it a day. No mascara, no nothing. I am going to take a tiny bit of brow gel. This one is the Benefit Gimme Brow. And I'm really going to use this just to set my brows down. This is a color that, like, notice, all it did was really fill the brow in and really lock the hair in place. But it's not offering like a super bold brow. It's just kind of perfecting. Again, that is kind of the trend of the day when it comes to this Skinimalism minimal skin effect, is we want to perfect a little bit, but we don't want it to look overly made up. And then just to tie the whole thing together, I'm going into the Beauty For Real Blush and Glow. This is in the shade Coral Crush. It is a corally mauve-y blush, and I'm just going to use the tip of my sponge to pick up a little bit of that product, and I'm just going to press this over the apple of the cheeks and into the temples just to give a little bit more of that glowing flush, because again, my skin has a lot of natural redness to it, so notice how this feels a little stark, but the second I add a little bit of that blush, it just pulls the whole thing together. And that is it, that easy, 90% skincare, and really, I believe, what, 2 cosmetics products, maybe 3, and that's all you need for barely there, effortless, no makeup. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out skinstore.com where you can see all of these Rodial products, everything, and then some. And I will once again remind you guys, there is a coupon code for 25% off. It will cover all of the Rodial products I used today, plus a whole lot on the website. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.